Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So we have a new episode of the Orville to watch, and it's absolutely the worst. It's absolutely the worst. One of the worst episodes of TV I've seen in a long time. It's really disgusting. I really am not happy about it at all. Why am I not happy about it at all? Because it's propaganda made by somebody who doesn't really believe in the propaganda. I don't think this is what Seth MacFarlane actually believes, right? I think he thinks he believes it, but I don't think it's what he actually believes. And that propaganda is really based on a ridiculous and two-dimensional caricatured view of Republicans, right? Looking at them with all the nuance and detail that Nazis looked at Jews during the 1930s in Germany. Actually, not Nazis. I'll say Germans, right? Germans. Look, there's a reason that the Holocaust took place, right? Why it was able to take place, because they spent many years demonizing Jews, right? And they demonized Jews by doing essentially what we're seeing here. Everything is designed to give you an emotional response. You're supposed to. Okay, this is all my interpretation, obviously. Like Seth MacFarlane may come up and say, "No, you're absolutely wrong. I didn't mean this at all." But it seems to me the episode with Topa is about allowing children to transition, and if you don't allow children to transition, you are cruel in some way. And this episode is just really an expression of anybody who doesn't agree with that, painting them as monsters, as literally inhuman monsters. But what this is a much more of is this like fantasy fulfillment where Seth MacFarlane and his idiot friends get to tell those awful red states what they think of them, right? All the way through this we have this dialogue saying we have to put up with you and pretend your beliefs are worse than anything, but they're not. We hate you. Like honestly, more than once you have that, and you get the traditional trope of somebody apologizing, saying you're right about everything. Oh, yeah, because that's what they need. They need you to say you're right about everything because they know it's just insanity. They live in absolute insanity, which is what this episode is. It's really, honestly, I think it's really sad, right? I think it's really sad that this is where we're at. And I don't think Seth MacFarlane really is this insanely hateful person, right? This is an insanely hateful episode. I don't think he is. I think this is coming from a place of wanting to be a good person and having like genuine moral outrage. But the bottom line is, you're viewing people in a really disgustingly two-dimensional way, which is not connected to reality in any way, shape, or form. So you can make you seem virtuous for hating them. This is exactly what your average German felt during the 1930s when voting for Chancellor, right? This is it's so stupid. It's absolutely beyond belief, but it's just such an incredible expression of pure hatred, right? It really is pure, undiluted hatred of the other, right? At the same time saying we hate doing that. But the reason they're so clueless, they're so idiots, because they have limited life experience. They're all like in their 50s, and they've never had any stable marriages. They've never had children. If you're somebody who that description fits you, God bless you, right? But there's something that you lack with when not having that life experience. I remember you have this thing in Judaism called on Sabbath you have like 3 meals, which basically you have them with bread, and the third meal's always like a lighter one. Normally you do it in the synagogue. So like about 10-15 years ago, I was living in Miami, and there was a guy who came by who wasn't married, but it was very, very smart and very, very intelligent and very, very well read. However, his outlook on anything was always weaker than mine. Now, I was much younger then. I was like in my 30s, right? His outlook on life was always much weaker than mine because I had that life experience of raising children. And it makes such an incredible difference, which they just blow off completely. They blow up completely. But the bottom line is this. Is America heading to civil war? I think if the likes of Seth MacFarlane had anything to do it, yes, they are. And all I can say is, man, just move out of Hollywood. Move out of Hollywood. Move somewhere where there's diversity, right? Diversity. Because the only way you can really maintain this really, I would say, evil worldview, and it is. It's an evil worldview. The only way you can maintain it is by being kept in a complete bubble, like a complete bubble, or where you don't hear anything that questions anything. You know, because once you do, then everything falls apart. I genuinely, Seth MacFarlane believes the reason that the Supreme Court removed Roe v. Wade was ultimately to control women, because they hate women and they're scared of them and they want to control them by forcing them to be pregnant, right? That's what they believe, because they're fucking crazy. And again, it's completely detached from reality, but it makes them be able to hate a whole group of people, which is what this episode is 100%, in my opinion, is 100% about. So, not thrilled with this. I'm not thrilled with the Orville. I hope it doesn't get a full season. It's on Disney. It probably will. I really hope it's doing badly. But I was going to say it's doing badly enough not to get a full season. Performance has nothing to do with renewal, right? Nothing whatsoever. So, oh God, there's only 2 more episodes to go. And I can only assume that now all the alliances they built up, which was like such a great punch the air moment at the end of season 2 when they all came together to fight the Kalon. You know, you had what's his name, Gordon, show up in the Krill ship. It was great. It was in the Krill fighter. It was absolutely great. All that's been torn apart and just turned to shit. Okay, over this season. Hopefully the Kalon's going to attack and just destroy everything. That will be my hope. I don't know. Look, it looks gorgeous. This show, the money they spend on it looks fantastic. It's very dated. It's very preachy. It's very unself-aware, right? It's just not very good, right? So if you haven't really picked up on this, my review is thumbs down. Let's be clear. Fine! Like, share, subscribe before we get into the review. That'll be Fandabby. A Fandabby double dozy. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. Comment. Let me know what you think. If you vehemently disagree with me, let me know. People disagree with me that the first Topa episode was about transitioning. They say, no, it's about detransitioning because they transitioned to stuff. No, it wasn't, okay? I really don't think it was. I think you're looking at the detail rather than looking at the emotional resonance they're trying to pull out, right? And I think this episode really does kind of underscore that. And look, bottom line, I don't know, this idea that sexuality and gender are both things that can be changed like they're on Velcro is it going to make society a better place or not? Is it going to add to the total happiness of the world or detract from it? I think it's going to significantly detract, right? I really genuinely do. Because I thought about this in some nuanced way, but the likes of Seth MacFarlane, they can't do that because they're force-fed every thought by idiot media which they can't see out of. Look, Seth, are you watching, mate? Watch anything else. Watch Russell Brand. I couldn't stand him today. He was the guy talking about how accusations of anti-Semitism were used to take down Jeremy Corbyn, which they were, okay, but by saying that, they were intimating that he wasn't anti-Semitic. Yes, he was. 2 things were true at once, okay? But then again, you don't get that kind of... But, just get out your bubble, Seth. For God's sake, this is absolute garbage. What a real shame this show has crashed and burned. Fine, with that, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are good. Sign up my Substack, sign up my paid Substack, all that. It's just fantastic. Like, I would give you a pitch on why to do that, but you should just do that because your lives are going to become so much better for that, right? So much better, and I don't begrudge your life being better. I would like to make your life better. How am I going to make your life better? By asking you to subscribe. It sounds a little bit, like I have an ulterior motive, and I probably do. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me hand over to me from last night when I reviewed this piece of shit. I can't remember what it's called. Don't care. I hope the show is cancelled. I hope it is cancelled. I can't remember the theme tune. I don't care because this is inevitably going to get a full season because it's woke as fuck. right? It's awful woke as fuck and on Disney. And just pure insane propaganda by somebody who believes all the propaganda. But I'll give a credit where credit's due. It looked freaking insanely good, right? These opening shots, I watched on a big screen because it looks so good. I mean, like, I really want to get a few of them because they look so good. I mean, they really have these, their effect shot. The budget is just beautiful, right? So anyway, yeah, we start off, I just don't like Commander Grayson anymore, right? Agent Black Nikki. And Border's not so bad, but like she's so smug and so like just she's so smug and so self-assured and such a fucker, right? It's just, I mean, like the whole thing with Topa bothered me because it wasn't a detransitioning allegory, right? It was a transitioning allegory. How it's inhuman to not allow a 12-year-old to cut their tits off. Oh. Not good. Anyway, so he needs to talk to Commander Grayson. Now she's a girl. She's a real handful. And she looks up to Commander Grayson. He says, okay, I'll talk to her, right? Because I'm a white woman. Oh, yes. I'm the bestest ever, white women. So anyway, there's somebody at the door. She says, not now, father. Ah! But it's Commander Grayson. And then she comes. And she says, look, I'm doing yes. Her problem is that she fancies someone, right? And she doesn't know how to do it. And again, I don't think it's good for anybody. I don't think it's good for society. I don't think it's good for the world. I think it makes a net negative in happiness in the world by portraying somebody who has transitioned as a normative sexual option, right? By suggesting that gender is fluid for a large percentage of the community. It isn't. And it's becoming more so because it's like it's an epidemic or pandemic, actually. Is it epidemic or pandemic? I can't remember which one it is. They're pandemic, probably. And listen, I understand. It's affected. I live in an ultra-Orthodox community. There's kids here that it's got to, right? I understand if you're a girl, right, and there's non-stop porn on everybody's phone. Well, then my daughter today said she's never seen porn, right? I mean, my 24-year-old daughter. I was like, really? I would have been curious. But, but anyway, I would have thought, like, yeah, if you feel ugly, that's just a way of making you feel pretty. Like by being trans, by being gay, like it makes you feel better, makes you feel more. And then because you get this positive reinforcement from it, you want to do it more, right? It's the awful is more like awful, right? So anyway, so I don't like this that they're just pretending that you can switch between genders with there being no problem and it's normal, right? I think there's untold misery that's going to come from it, right? I think it's going to make a significant net minus the world. But anyway, so now Topa is, he says, look, I'm running simulation. Maybe we can help me with this. He said, oh, yes, I really like you. He says, by the way, you can tell me about anything, you know. And she said, do you want to talk about boys? And he says, yeah, look, there's somebody I like. I don't know if I should tell him or not. He's warm and funny. He says, well, maybe just be open and honest with someone. And again, I want to grab the special effects shots because they're so freaking good, right? They are so absolutely gorgeous. So wasted. So completely wasted on this piece of shit. What is Nerderotic saying about this? I haven't heard him talk about the Orville this season. I keep missing it. What is he saying it? Because he was really, I really was up for it with him, but like, I don't know. He said there's great stuff coming. There's been shit coming, right? There's shit. Anyway, so Malloy's hanging out. Topa comes up and he says, basically asks him out for dinner, and he doesn't really get it. And everybody else is like, what? And he's like, yeah, sure. He can go out, and then finally, then he does get it. He's like, oh, like that. Said, listen, I love to go out with my little sister anytime, right? And she runs off. So then, let's have some more like intersectional trans storylines, because that's always just going to be good, right? What is Orville? Orville is shit. Okay, Orville is was great. Was in the era of woke. There was a Star Trek clone, and it wasn't woke. It was just like good, interesting stories, right? And then it moved to Hulu, and it got woke as shit. Piece of shit is what Orville is. I really hate it, right? I really genuinely hate this show now, right? It's not as bad as Discovery, which is truly, genuinely awful, right? I mean, that's just a blight on humanity. But this is fucking awful. Oh, just horrible. Anyway, so during the first Topa episode, when she was born female and he wanted to permission to stay female, they lost the court case. They bought out a Mucklin females living in the hills who didn't get altered and lived as female. Anyway, so it ended up there's lots of Mucklin females, and she wanted to make a colony, so they made a deal that they would stay there and they wouldn't like try and kidnap get any more females, or and they would live peacefully and they wouldn't cause any trouble, and the Bucklins wouldn't interfere. So it's time for their annual inspection. The Mucklins are sent their shuttlecraft. They want Orville to send theirs. So stupidly, they want to send Bortus and Commander Fuckup, Grayson over here. Nothing can go wrong with that. And Stephen McFarlane's looking more like a Muppet. Every freaking like, honestly, is that did Jerry Anderson make you there? That's what it looks like. Anyway, so he's getting big guns ready, and they're like, no, you can't get on. So then Topa comes along and says, oh, Daddy, can I go to the highly sensitive camp of Mucklin females that just enrages and pisses off your closest ally, Mucklin, who is you're desperately in need of for a strategic partnership. Otherwise, you will die. The body part look more like an alien than any other. We will see. They will see. It's okay. Here's how I watched this. I watched 45 minutes on Friday before Sabbath. Right. I said, okay, I'll finish this after Sabbath. It was pretty bad. The first 45 minutes, they were pretty awful. Then the second 45 minutes, you had me saying "fuck off" at so many times. It was so awful. Oh god, I just hate it. I can't believe it got worse in the second half. Anyway, so idiot idea. Hi, this incredibly politically sensitive planet where they got Mucklin females, which is an affront to the morality of Mucklets, right? Just in the same way that any moral person finds the idea of a child having a double mastectomy or chemically castrating themselves, right? Any moral person should be disgusted and offended by a doctor that does that to a child, right? That allows a child to do that. So in the same way, Muckless is offended by this colony of females, right? And she said, oh, by the way, I'm a female. That caused your marriage to break down, and very, very sad. Can I come with you to this planet? I'm probably breaking the rules doing that. Can I do that? And they're like, oh, I'm not sure it's a good idea. It could be bad. Then Commander Grayson says, I'm a white woman. I am a white woman. And I think it will be good for her. I don't give a shit about anything because I'm a white woman. Now, I understand, Aidan Pletnaki, you had no children. You have no idea, and you're in your 40s, so probably you're not going to have kids, right? You've wasted your life completely. I'm sorry to be the one to break that to you. And you got married for 1 month. You're completely worthless on an individual humanistic level. You really aren't somebody who should be giving anybody advice, even as a character avatar, right? It's embarrassing. So then she says, I'll ask the captain. An idiot captain says, oh, well, of course. Nothing can go wrong with that. Then we have the titles. Again, looks fantastic. Goes on forever. So patronizing. Not patronizing. indulgent, right? So indulgent. Anyway, so the shuttle gets to the Mucklin planet, and it's beautiful. It's Themyscira Island. Everything's beautiful. Oh, yay, we land. It's so pretty. Just wait there as we go and talk to the Mucklins. Don't come out, because, it's cause a diplomatic incident. You just wait there. I will talk to Mucklins. Why are you here? Well, we're supposed to meet in orbit and come down. So we have finished our survey. We are leaving now. Everything is okay. You can have a look. It says, well, you shouldn't have broken the rules. And then Toba comes out because he's a fucking idiot. And says, hi, I'm deeply offensive. I'm a little girl. I'm a little boy who cut his dick off. Yay, they let me do that. Is that good? And change my gender. I mean, like, honestly, at what point do you think we're going to get a situation where a doctor can say where he can force a gender change on you, right? A doctor can say you clearly are suffering from body dysmorphia. That's it. So the state orders you to have a sex change. Like, how long before away from that? I don't think it's that. And what will they use it for? What better way of controlling people, right? Are you going to argue with anybody who can give your kid a sex change? No, you're fucking not. And that's where I think we're going. I don't think there's any evil we won't get to, right? Fine. Tom Constantino is also the editor, apparently. So she's like, I'm a white woman, and I think this is stunning and brave. I don't care that you are disgusted by her self-mutilation. Said, oh, we're bad people. We're Republicans. Oh. But meanwhile, in the beautiful, non-toxic male environment, everything's beautiful. Oh, women are women. It's all better. It's all so good and peaceful. Oh, female Marklins are the best. Hello. We're really nice. Somebody wants to meet you. So she's a big fan of the writer woman who made the colony. And meanwhile, oh, this is so beautiful. I feel at home. Oh, I feel so seen. And they meet her, and she's listening to Dolly Parton. She's a big Dolly Parton fan, which was a kind of funny joke in the first one. Now they moved on. Now it's and she's like she's very happy to meet her, and lots of smiles. And oh, you're stunning and brave. You're so stunning and brave, brave and stunning and brave. Come and sit with me, stunning and brave. Oh, look, a wall of Dolly Parton, who's also stunning and brave. Lots of Dolly Parton pictures of being stunning and brave. Meanwhile, at night, they dance and they frolic as beautiful women, being beautiful and wonderful, and everything's good because there's no toxic. What's happening in Iran? Somebody asked me. I don't know. No toxic matter. 1 second, I'll look it up for you. Let me have a look at Times of Israel. Because listen, if there's nuclear war happening in Iran, it's going to be better than this shit. I'll be like, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Hang on. Let's see if I get any Iranian news. 1 second. I'll go to Times of Israel. Times of Israel is always my go-to news source. If I want to go to more explosive news, I'll go to Israel National News. Let's see if there's any headlines. Because, again, I'm happy for the distraction of this shit. Lapid orders to prepare responses against Russia if it shutters Jewish agency. Oh, God. You don't want Lapid doing anything. Leave us alone. I'm not seeing anything about Iran. Okay. It's... Nope, not seeing anything there. We'll try Israel National News. They're a bit more alarmist. Israel National News. I mean, there might be something going on in Israel, but if it's not, it doesn't concern us. I don't care, but I don't know. Let's see if they have anything. It's opening up. Oh, here we go. Spies called red-handed. Iran terror. Oh, what's that? Iran terrorist attack at Isfahan site averted last minute. Wow. Islamic regime claims Mossad helped spy ring infiltrate Iran and attack sensitive sites. Well, that's kind of what they do. That's what they do. That sounds reasonable. Maybe that'll be the pretext for the war to, bring the end of days. Could be. Who knows? Watch this space, right? Watch this space. You will see how Israel's treated in the UN in this episode, however. Anyway, no toxic men. Oh, beautiful dancing. Oh, dancing. And they go, oh, this is so beautiful. Female, beautiful, so enlightened. Everything's good. And it's the evening where they go and they chase the color fireflies, right? And she goes, oh, so pretty. And they go, oh, there's so many colors. Look at the rainbow. The rainbow is good. Oh, I wonder if that subtly means anything. So here, I'm going to give you a present. Now, I want you to get on your knees and put this in your mouth. Close your eyes. What? Don't argue. This is just what we're doing. This is a game. We're going to give you a special tube. Now, close your eyes, and I want you to suck out the jelly. What? Just do that. It might not be sweet, though. But it will be to me, baby. So she gives him this necklace and says, oh, by the way, we've been lying our asses off and we're breaking every rule to save women because we need to save women. Oh, women are brave and stunning and brave, but we need your help. Could you send a message from the Orville, right? Could you just break it and do that for us? And then we can have a relay. Then we can save so more women. I mean, yes, we are absolutely lying our asses off and breaking every rule, breaking the agreement completely. But we have to because they're bad. They're Republicans. Oh, they're the worst. And we're women. Will you help us? She's like, yes, I will help you. I will betray everything and probably destroy the world. But okay. I'm very. So then she sees a famous rare blue firefly, and she goes on runs after it. Yay! Who's watching it? No one, because they're all terrible parents. You know why they're all terrible parents? Because the only thing they can think about is their fucking selves, as we will see over and over again in this episode. Right? She chases us. It's beautiful. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh God, it's so badly written. She gets it, look, and it lights up, and she looks up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so stunning, and I'm so brave. Oh, brave and stunning, stunning and brave." And then she hears a footstep. Oh no, maybe this might have not been a good idea. What? The idea of you coming with, in the first place, to us? God, it's so stupid. That's how you can always tell it's woke, because it's stupid. Right? That's the biggest giveaway that the script is woke. It's stupid. It's badly written. So she hears something. Oh, I wonder if anybody could be there. And then somebody grabs her. Ah! What a shock. And they take her to the Muckland ship because this is what, again, Seth MacFarlane has a two-dimensional, evil view on what Republicans are. Right, he views them like Nazis viewed Jews in the Holocaust. Right, absolutely. That's how he's viewing people. Like half his nation. They again, everything they do is because they want border security. Oh, because they hate brown people. And like, have you noticed if you take away a moral argument from any leftist, they have nothing. Right, absolutely, and I don't mean to offend anybody in the chat, right? But it's you shouldn't be viewing groups of people like this. It leads to bad things, right? This is not going to lead to anything good for anyone. So anyway, it takes off. Whoa, they kidnap her because okay. Because they're evil, and they go, "Where's Topa? Oh, I'm a delinquent parent. Oh, I don't know. Nothing I said could have caused this." And they realize they've lost her. They go, "Look at Topa," and they find the necklace they gave that she gave her. Right? And she said, "What happened? Tell us." And she said, "Oh, I don't know. Just nothing I could have said. Could have anything to do with this. It could be We just said good night. I didn't get her to commit treason. No, none of those. They run next day. Apparently, they wait till the next day. Wait a minute. This was night. Then they run to their ship and it's daytime. Okay, they have a nap because time's of the essence. They have a nap. And they go to the ship. Say, we got to get after them. Oh, because we had a nap, and so now we're really late. And they go, oh no. Oh well. First thing, they can't because they've disabled the launch thrusters and the communications. Right. So they launch with the main thrusters, which is very dangerous. Whoa, super fast! They take off, and then they said, oh, we've been sabotaged. But they could take off quickly. They're able to follow them. Right. They follow the shuttle, and she's like, where are you taking me? And she's like, if you don't shut up, we are gonna fucking kill you, right? You don't understand. You have mutilated yourself, right? You everything about you disgusts us, right? Because we're evil, we're Republicans, because we don't have any morals, we don't have any feelings, because we're Republicans. Oh, evil. Yeah, everything's because we're you, not because we wanted world peace and a good economy. No, none of that. What a weird coincidence. It came out as world peace and a great economy, but we didn't want that. Oh, no. Well, why did we do the Muslim ban? Well, it wasn't really a Muslim ban. Shut up! Oh, Russia! Ah, we're all evil! Oh. So, meanwhile, Orville's like, we're going to go over there and see what's happening. It's like, but that's going to break the treaty. We don't care because we're right. We have right on our side because I'm right. Oh, doesn't matter. No rule matters because we're right. And they're mean and evil. And they pull her up and they go, okay, what's going on? I said, I don't know. They just kind of vanished, lying their ass off. So then Seth says, listen, I'm Seth MacFarlane, and you've got to be I'm going to make you feel really guilty if you don't tell us what you did with her. Oh, I don't know. I won't speak. Boo, I bet you feel guilty. I mean, honestly, he looks like a fucking Muppet. It's just, there's thousands of lives at stake, but I can't do anything. Blah. He's like, well, I mean, look at him. Jesus, Seth. I mean, yeah. What's the name? The new character's totally with you because it's pure love, right? It's nothing about the career. So they're like, I don't know, he calls Wolves in and says, well, we got to go find him. He says, I can't speak. I can't tell you anything. She admits what she did, which is she won't tell anybody. She won't make testimony to it. Says, well, if you don't, then we're going to be in big trouble. Says, Aberon pussy. Says, but all the women will die. It's not. I can't betray them. So meanwhile, they're chasing after Topa, right? And yeah, this episode really crosses lines, right? So then Watson comes and says, "Come with me. They want you to go to the holodeck, right? Similar, whatever it is, right?" They go in, and where is she? And I can't believe this actually gets worse. It's so embarrassingly bad, right? At this point, I'm poor old Dolly Parton. So, and then Dolly Parton walks and says, "Hi, I'm Dolly Parton." I'm like, oh, this is so cringe, right? And she's like, "Oh, well, you're just a simulation." Says, yeah, but I know everything about Dolly. I'm pretty much like her. And they have a heart-to-heart, right? And they say, "Oh, I'm a country girl too." Oh, God, this is awful, right? So they, she says, one time somebody, give them, I can't remember the stupid bloody story. It says, just do the right thing in the moment, and then everything will work out in the end. Yay! And she's like got a homespun wisdom, and then she sings a Dolly Parton song because it's cringe-o-matic, right? Super cringe. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, it's so cringe. I don't know how we got that up there, but okay, that's my comic book. I don't know how that got in there. That's so weird. Fine. Let's go to this one then. Doink. We get this Dolly Parton's musical voiceover. Oh, come back. There you go. I'm musical interlude, and it's so cringe. And she's like, and this goes on and on and on, and eventually he comes and says, I will testify. And it's like, yes, I made you feel bad, and that's all that matters, is feeling bad or feeling good. This is the only thing that matters in Seth MacFarlane's mind. If you feel bad, then everything's okay. It doesn't matter. We broke international law, right? We severed the treaty, right? Now Set calls for Earth, right? So his girlfriend Set calls for Earth, and of course she's just dating him. He's 30 years older, but it's just because a coincidence. No, when she said, "I want to date you too," she said, "Yes, me too." Oh, I want to date you too. So meanwhile, they take Topa, and this is scary. Like taking her to this like weird. I don't know if they're going to forcibly change her gender, but it's like, they make a character, and they make you like care for the character, and then they put her in jeopardy to make these people look bad, right? And this does it on like steroids. And you just do what you're told, and you may survive, right? So they go in, and really, they would never do this on Next Generation, right? This is just crosses all lines. But again, this is Seth MacFarlane's absolute hatred, and it is hatred, his absolute hatred of Republicans, right? This is how he views Republicans. And don't tell me this isn't okay. This is how I'm interpreting it, but don't tell me that's not what is going on, right? And so first he's nice. He offers them a drink. You must be thirsty. Drink, right? Then he says, I know that she asked you to pass on a message or do whatever. Who was the name of the contact? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And says, I'm going to ask you again. And then she whacks him across the face, and she's bleeding, right? And it's like, this is how much Seth MacFarlane hates Republicans, right? And it's unhinged, right? How long was the episode? An hour and a fucking 25 minutes. Oh, went on forever. 2 parts of hell. Really is. So again, so I don't want to hurt you, but I will, right? And so she knows she's in the shit, right? So you figure they're going to come in and save her at some point. So they trace her to the planet. They have a cloaking device they put on, apparently, and they go for it's like a 10-mile walk away. Okay, so they start heading over there. It's obviously filmed in California, I guess, where they all live. Meanwhile, the Orville has arrived at Earth, and she's ready to make her testimony before the Grand Council or whatever. And what's his name? Whatever his name is. Like a couple of weeks ago, he had a life. He had a life for a couple of minutes. We're going to take this on Jodie Whittaker next, Solar Engines. Okay, this goes on for fucking ever. This is awful. I got another 200 slides to get through. Oh, I can't tell you how bad this is, right? This is truly painful. I agree with you. I promise I'll take the piss out of Jodie Whittaker, okay? No matter how long this goes, I promise we'll get to take the piss out of Jodie Whittaker. Without making a formal agreement, as you understand. Blinetta, as we say in Judaism. Anyway, so Malloy, when he had a life a couple of weeks ago, said, I had children. I understand what children was. I don't remember any of that, but I know I like Topa. Let me come with, because I'm now a loser single piece of shit. So anyway, and I'm not saying you're a piece of shit if you're single. I am saying this. Don't make that into the goal. Right, and so she admits that she's broken all the rules, and says, "But we had to save everyone." But I admitted that we did this, and they're like, Bruce Rockslider looks stupid. Comes on and says, "We will take this into account, but first we need to find out where Topa is." And she's sitting with Admiral Black Woman, a fat black woman, because this and in Star Trek, a fat black woman run the universe, because that's worked out so well. That's why Stacey Abrams was the president of Earth. So, and he's like, what the fuck are you asking us about? You're the people who broke the treaty. You know, like we have no proof about this. We don't know anything about this. We demand you to be arrested for breaking the treaty. He's like, but no, we need to know about the little girl because we're on the right side of history, right? And we all know that you're a lying piece of shit, right? And your beliefs don't mean anything. You're just cruel and evil. He said, but our beliefs matter. You've belittled our beliefs. And he's like, well, yeah, but we but we're right and you're wrong. Meanwhile, what's his name? We're about to actually. Is this the worst bit of the episode we're about to have? Or I don't know. It's one of the contenders, right? It's one of the contenders. So they have to jump across this ravine. Borders makes it, but she falls. Oh no! So then he can just go and finds a way of nipping down. If they could have climbed up and down, why didn't they do that to start with? So he broke a ligament or whatever, and it's going to take a few minutes, and they have a heart-to-heart about how wonderful she thinks she is, and you've really helped, and they gaze into each other. Like, now he's gay, right? Now, again, this idea that gender and sexuality, you can just zip them on and off like fucking Velcro. You can't, right? This is ridiculous. And they gaze into each other's eyes, and they have a moment, and then thing beeps, and they were about to fucking kiss, right? Meanwhile, this is outrageous. They don't come in and save her yet. She's getting the shit beaten out of her. This is disgusting. Again, this isn't to invoke sympathy for the trans kid who transitioned. This is to invoke hatred of Republicans, of anybody who says that they think it's wrong that little boys chemically fucking castrate themselves, right? This is to engender hatred of anybody who believes that wholly normative position, right? You know, maybe wait till you're 16 before you cut your balls off. No, okay, really fine. I don't want to be cruel. Oh no, and that's what this is for. All right. So it goes on. It's like, you better tell me, or I don't want to hurt you, but I'm gonna have to. And she's like, I don't know anything, but I'm a Republican and I don't care. I'm an evil Republican. So then he pulls out a big dildo, right? And he's like, okay, I'm going to start electrocuting you with this, right? And she's like, again, this is disgusting. We complained about this on Picard when they did this to Egypt or whatever his name was, right? Anyway, so meanwhile they drag their feet trying to get there while her daughter's being tortured, and again, it's disgusting. All right, and it's all Seth MacFarlane's wish fulfillment fantasies because everything he believes isn't true. Yeah, I'm sorry, and again, listen, I don't want to offend anybody in the chat, but the objective truth is that everything you believe politically has failed. Right? That's what the world situation means. Everything you believe politically has absolutely failed. Right? I'm sorry that it has. Honestly, you know when we were like, you shouldn't root for Trump to fail because if he succeeds, everybody succeeds, right? And you rooted for him to fail, and he succeeded anyway. I was rooting for Biden to. I didn't think he would, but if he had succeeded, I would have been up for it, right? Anyway. So they break into this secret base. As they go and so meanwhile, intense torture scenes with a 12-year-old. I mean, it's really, really over the line. It's really, genuinely. But again, there's no line when you want to invoke hatred, right? This is how they talked. The Germans talked about Jews, right? It's the same thing, right? It's not the narrative. It's the place it's emotionally taking you to, right? And the place it's emotionally taking you to, that anybody who is anti-children transitioning is this evil person, right? But unfortunately, you got Grayson stunning and brave, and takes her out with a stunning brave as being stunning. I'm a woman. white woman can do. Meanwhile, look at this. This is just obscene. I'm sorry. They didn't even do this with Picard, right, in Chains of Command, because it would have been totally outrageous, right? It's really disgusting. But again, you can't hold off when you hate Republicans, right? When you want to hate somebody, this is what's going to happen. So then they come in and say, "Oh, have you got the truth?" Is it a no? But I said, "Well, fine, just kill her." I was like, "What?" And then finally they show up, right? And they stop it and they go, "Okay, fine, I saved you." And then he's like, "Did you do this?" And he loses his shit and starts beating him to death. And he takes the electro prod thing, and again, fine, jams it into his eye, right? His good eye, again. But I think this is needlessly gruesome. I don't think this is really doing anything, right? I think this is just, again, hatred. This is his. Okay, this is what Seth MacFarlane wants to do to Republicans. Right, this is the rest of it's all about this now. This is what Seth MacFarlane wants to do to anybody who opposes children having double mastectomies or chemically castrating themselves. This is what he wants to do. Your beliefs are worthless and meaningless, and they're evil. This is how he thinks of most of half his country, of anybody who isn't on the Biden train, right? And that's what this episode's all been about. Him wanting to do that. Fine, so they in their lengthy escape, they have to go the wrong way, and they have a lengthy, like, very indulgent special, like hour and 25 minutes. You're gonna cut out the Dolly Parton fucking song. Oh god! So they have this long chase where they got like one Union regular shuttle taking on all these like fighter ships. But I know their weakness, and he can fire and get behind them and fire at their exhaust pipes. So, okay, and because they're stunning and brave, they do that, and they beat them all by being stunning and brave. Oh, we are women. Hear us roar. Yay. Oh, God, I hate this shit. I really genuinely hate this. And she blows everybody up with a wonderful femaleness, and they take off. Look at me, go bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, yes. Yeah, right. What do I believe more, that you're a shuttle pilot or you know how to parent someone? I think they're both equally laughable, right? So off they go. Whoosh. Meanwhile, back at the Union Central, they're saying, listen, we don't know where the kid is. We don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, why don't you arrest? We demand you arrest. What's the name, right? And they're like, we just want to know where the child is. Okay, no, let's deal with actually keeping the law first, right? And this is how they depict Israel. Do you remember Chains of Command, right? When he had David Warner, his lines. This was what the Kardashians were a depiction of Israel, and the Bajorans were the Palestinians, right? And it's it's as stupid and as lying as that. Right. And eventually Scott Grimes can't stand. He stands up and he says, screw you and your beliefs. We've got to pretend your beliefs matter. Fuck you. Right. And this is what they feel about to the red states. Right. This is 100%. Right. But no, David Waterhill's like, no, you don't know anything about our history. No, it's just the buzzwords you hear if you can't process them. Right. And he's I'll probably be court-martialed. Keep in mind, this is their last strategic partner against Kalon as well, right? But they don't care because they're mobile. They're also mobile, right? And so the Kalon makes a big speech saying, there's no proof against us whatsoever. Arrest this woman right now, and we demand a full apology. If anybody can show any proof, let them present it before us now, right? And they're like, oh, party cheddar. No, okay. And who can can present anything? Let's can we arrest her, please? And he's ranting and raving because I am a Republican. And again, they use all the same sound bites. Imagine if you think everything's a lie, right? They use all the same sound bites they hear from Republicans, right? And it's so frustrating they can't disprove them. They're like, Biden's a failure because he's, the economy, Afghanistan, and it hurt, and the facts hurt them, and everything he's saying they know is provably right. Nobody can argue with what he says because there's no proof against him. But then it turns out they were lying all along, just like the Republicans have always been lying. Did you hear the story? Joe Biden, right, mentioned about this when response to Roe v. Wade, when these idiots actually believe this is an extension of the Supreme Court's powers when it's a reduction of it. But anyway, he said there was a girl, one state, who had to have, who's 10 years old and had to have an abortion and she was raped, and the doctor took her to the other state. Well, the problem is that it was legal to have her in the initial state. Well, the reason they are slapped across state lines is to not make the Republicans look good, because they want to believe this is what they want to do to everyone, because they're cruel, right? My daughter was kidnapped by Republicans. Oh, they wanted to kill my daughter. The Republicans wanted to kill my daughter, right? This is what's going through his head. No, but Jurors were the Palestinians, unfortunately. The PD. So they all stand in solidarity. And yes, we don't care about a strategic partnership. Of course not. Really? Biden just went to bloody Saudi Arabia and begged for oil and got turned down, right? So please don't think you want to suck any cock to keep this strategic relationship. But no, you're mobile. You're on the white side of history. So they went to hear what happened, and then they go, they've left the union, but we've decided that you can stay, your planet can stay as part of the union. We're recognizing you. Yay! Oh, look, women smile at each other because women are the bestest ever. Oh, yes, bestest ever. Yes, let's be smug. Right, I mean, honestly, okay, taking a step back, they have absolutely destroyed any chance they have against the Kalon now, right? They lost their crew alliance. Now they lost their alliance with I mean, obviously it's building up to something about that. You want me to do a review of the film called a Serbian film? Apparently it's one of the most disturbing movies ever made. That isn't the purpose made for illegal stuff. Okay, I'm not sure I want to see that then. I mean, this is annoying enough. So meanwhile, she's being held, and she's going to PTSD. But yeah, I'm like, how does this episode still have another 10 minutes to go? What more can they want, right? What like they've already said Republicans are but no, they need us to admit we're wrong and say sorry, right? Because they felt bad that we were fighting against them. Somebody saying Engels Clyden said I was wrong. I was wrong about everything, and I repent. On behalf of, I can't stay with the Republicans because I was wrong. Oh, Topa, you were so stunning and so brave. I didn't see because I was a Republican. But now you've opened my eyes, and I'm not a Republican anymore. Oh, let us cry with joy because we've come together and I accept you as my daughter. Oh, God. Honestly, I mean, it's so sickening, the absolute hatred you have of half your country, more than about 80% of your country now, right? Seth, this is not gonna age well, mate. Sorry. Honestly, I really think the end of the day is that we could be a couple of weeks out, mate. Apparently there's a Iranian nuclear war going on. That would be about the right time. Grayson comes by and says, "Hi, you know how right I was?" And he says, "Yes, I just want to tell you how right you was. Come and join us for soup. And we're all right. Everything's okay in the world. Oh, because they're all progressive. Fuck off. Oh. Really, I so hope they don't get a full season. And I mean, on the strength of this bullshit, of course they will do, right? I so hope they don't get a full season. They so don't deserve a full season. It's shocking, right? It's genuinely shocking. But it's Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.